everybody! I'll show you how to cut out the pattern pieces for the rectangle skirt. First, we fold the fabric and measure from the fold, this measurement. We're using our hip's circumference to make a quarter pattern. The 30 centimeter will account for the gathers, wearing ease, and the seam allowances. This skirt has a total of 120 centimeter excess, so you will get a very full skirt, and when you wear it there will be a lot of movement. The length will be however long you want the skirt to be. Don't worry about the allowances for the hem. I will show you how to make a lacy hem, which doesn't need extra seam allowances. So this hem will work for sheer fabrics. Sheer fabric is very shifty, so use weights and pins to keep them in place. We will cut out two pieces, one for the front and one for the back. Place the two pieces with the right sides facing outwards. Pin and sew the sides. We'll sew the sides with French seams. This seam will cover up the raw edges and is great for see-through type of fabric. Using a stitch line as a guide, we will trim off the seams very close to the stitch line, as uniformly as we can. We have our raw edges on the right side of the skirt. Now we flip the skirt over to the wrong side, pin and sew the sides again. This stitch line will enclose the raw edges and keep everything neat, and it will be on the inside of the skirt. Now we will sew up the waist. The elastic band's length, I just stretched the band around my hips and added 2 centimeters for the seam allowances. For the waistband, I used this measurement. It is the same measurement as the lining skirt, so you can cut that out when you're drafting the lining and just do it in one step. I've sewn the waistband sides together with a 1 centimeter seam allowance and marked the midpoint. Now we will gather the skirt so that it fits the waistband. To do this, lower the tension to 0 and the stitch length, set it to the widest one. We will sew around the waistline without back stitching. Lowering the tension will cause the lower thread, that's the bobbin thread, to become loose, therefore making it easier for us to pull and form the gathers. To distribute the gathers evenly, we will mash the sides and midpoints and pin them together. Since this fabric have these raised embellishments on it, the thread can get stuck on those embellishments. You can just gather from other areas of the waist, just pick up from another area, just pick up a new section of the thread and pull. Just remember to tie a knot to secure the gathers. The lining is shaped like an A-line skirt. It is much smaller width-wise to reduce bulk. I use this formula to calculate the waist. We can cut out the waistband for the sheer skirt by leaving some space above the waist. I use the same length as the sheer skirt. At the hem, I extended 10 centimeters. This will give us room to walk in. We will create the lining's waistband by folding down the waist. The hem is also double folded. This way the skirt gets shortened naturally and it won't poke out of the sheer skirt. We will cut out 2 pieces.